Hello and welcome to the Blossoming Soul Tarot. So today's video I am very excited about and also a little bit nervous, and that is because it's the very first time that I do a reading like this. This is a reading about how people see you, what people think about you, and I think that is something that is always very interesting, and that is because that very often people have a different perspective of us than we have of ourselves. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for not so much for the better. But sometimes, for example, we think that people see us in a bad way, and it's the complete opposite, for example. Or sometimes we see ourselves as very easygoing people, but other people see us as very shy people and people that don't really open themselves to others. So I think this is going to be a very fun and interesting reading. So I'm very excited to do this reading with you guys. As usual, we have 3 cards here. These were randomly selected, and whatever information they have, it is going to be the base of your reading. So now you just have to choose between group 1, 2, and 3 as usual. And if you've been watching my channel since the very first video, you know that I always try to choose cards that are exactly the same from the same deck, so that way you don't have any distractions when you are choosing your group. And it's only going to be based on your intuition. Maybe someday I'll do a different thing, but for now I like to stick with this way of doing things. I hope you appreciate that as well. So again, the timestamps are down below in the description, so make sure you pause the video if you need more time to choose from one of these 3 cards. Just to give you the usual disclaimer, this is a general reading, so the whole thing may not resonate to all of you, but I am 100% sure that there is going to be a message in each of these groups that is meant to find you. So be aware of that. Just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And yeah, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if the reading was helpful to you in any way. And don't forget also to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of these videos. And yeah, now without further ado, let's hop onto the video. Hi group number 1, and welcome to your reading. So today, as you have listened to in the intro, this reading is about how people see you and what they think about you. And I decided to start with the tarot deck this time. So let's see, what is your first card? Wow. Wow, group number 1. You have the Sun card. This is like the best card you can get. I don't know if you are used to watch tarot readings or if you've already watched my channel before, but this card is like the best card of the tarot deck, at least for me, and I think it is of general agreement that this is the happiest and most amazing card of the deck. There is not one single little tiny thing bad or negative about this card. So right off the bat, I can see that people see you as a very happy, genuine person, someone that really transmits a lot of happiness and a lot of positivity. That's really how people see you, and this is an amazing thing to know, especially if you're someone that is not very confident in the perception that people get from them when they first met. But from what this card is telling me, people have a very good idea of you. You're a very joyful person, you like to have fun, and you are a free spirit, pretty much. I think this is an amazing card, and I would say that people have in general a very good idea of you, and even the ones that don't at first, they end up realizing that the real you is this amazingly happy person. So I'm going to shuffle the tarot deck to see what other information we can get. So how do people see group 1? Okay, we got 4 cards. Let's see what else we have. We have the 5 of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles. Let me just center this a tiny bit. Alright, so we now have some more information. I think that although people perceive you at first as a very happy person, I think that later on they realize that there are other layers of the person that you are. That doesn't mean that they find out that they don't like you for what you are, but it's just that sometimes we tend to show other people or to some people our best side, and we are a bit afraid of showing them our less amazing sides, our vulnerable emotional side. And I think that could be the case for some of you, group number 1. This is not to say that people end up not liking you. It's just that they realize that you are not just this, and no one in this world, it's just what they show at first. No one. Because you always try, or you mostly try to show your best side. So I think that besides this happy person that people think you are, and that people see you, and that people see in you, I think that people sometimes also think that you struggle to ask for help when you need. Because sometimes you are so absorbed on maybe on your thoughts or your life, whatever, but sometimes people may feel like you are too proud, let's say, to ask for help. That may be an issue for some of you. So yeah, the universe wants you to know that some people perceive you as a person that has trouble asking for help from other people, and that for you it's sometimes hard to see the solution for a problem. I think some people perceive you as someone with that kind of personality. Again, this doesn't think that you are like this. Only each and every single one of you will know if this ways of people seeing you and perceiving you are true or not. Or maybe this will help you realize that you actually have, for example, this trait of having trouble looking at the solutions rather than to the problem, and having trouble to ask for help. And maybe from now on you will try to be more problem solving. And that is why I wanted to do this reading, because you might get some information that will help you to become a better person, or at least to change some attitudes that you didn't realize that you might had. But I hope that this whole reading helps you to reflect on all those things that we are going to find out. So yeah, let's move on. We also have the 9 of Swords. So I can see here that sometimes people perceive you as someone a bit negative. I know that this is the complete opposite from the Sun, but believe it or not, a person can be very happy, a very happy person, and but also feel very, very down when they have self-depreciating thoughts or very negative thoughts in general. And I think that some people kind of think of you as someone that is a bit anxious and that tries to kind of hide their problems behind this happy shell, let's say. I think that not many people think this of you. This is just the closest people to you, and I think that these two cards might be connected. So it's like some people feel like even when you're down, you struggle to ask for help and you struggle to get out of this situation because you're too focused on the negative aspects. Then you also have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is about stability, it's about not wanting to take risks. So I think that some people see you as someone who doesn't like to take risks, who likes to stay and stick with the things that are for granted, and not, for example, they don't see you as a big spender. They see you as someone who likes to save money, who doesn't like to, at least someone who doesn't like to spend money on stupid things, and that really is thoughtful about where you put your money on. So yeah, I think we started off pretty well. I think you have a lot of information just with these 4 cards. If I were you, I would have been very happy to receive this information because, for example, if I were you, I would realize that maybe I should be less proud and ask for help when I need it, and not be too afraid that people are going to judge me. Or maybe I should not be so stick to stick too much to what is for granted and take a little bit more risks. So yeah, I think you already have some interesting information here, but let's get to the Spirit of the Animal Oracle. This is the first time I'm using this deck here on the channel, so let's see what you get. I hope people see group number 1. So you have Frog Spirit, Badger Spirit, and the Canary Spirit. Okay. So let's start here with the Frog Spirit. Clear out the clutter. So I think people see you as someone who is very tidy with things. You're someone that doesn't really accumulate things. Someone who is very organized. So the Frog Spirit, it says clear out the clutter. So I would say that people see you as someone who doesn't really take crap from anyone, someone who doesn't really keep close to them the things or the people that no longer serve them. You may be too attached to certain things, but I think that in your case, this could be more about money. because I don't feel like this is about other people. I feel like in your case it's really about money, like we talked about, but for a very specific number of people, this could be about something else. But I would say that for 80% of you, this is about money and finances. So yeah. But going back to the frog spirit, you're someone who doesn't really take crap from anyone. You are someone very organized as well, and someone who really likes to have things clear, in the sense that you are not very confused about things, too messy, let's say. You keep things organized. This may not be in all areas of your life, but there are at least specific areas of your life that you like to keep very, very organized. And you also have here the badger spirit. Be fearless and bold. So I think so far people see you in a very interesting way. They don't see many negative aspects from you, just a couple of little things that we discussed before, but they see you as someone that is fearless and bold. Although sometimes you are very fragile and emotional, people in general see you as someone that is not afraid to take risks, that is not afraid to be bold, that is not afraid to be different. And that is also very present here on the Canary Spirit. Sing your own song. People really see you as a person that doesn't really imitate others, that doesn't go after what others want and rather goes after what they really want for their lives. And I think that these are all amazing compliments. I think that people perceive you in a very good way. And again, this doesn't mean that the description I'm making is you, but if it is, then even better. That means that what you show people, that is very close to what they see you as. So that is also very good. If not, then maybe just take this this whole information into account and try to change little things gradually if you want to, or if you feel like you want to change that perspective that people have. But so far, so good, group number 1. Let's move on to the next deck of cards. It's the Wisdom of the Oracle. I've used this on the channel before. It's one of my favorite decks because it always gives a lot of information, and we have a card already. Let's see how many more we can get. How people think about group 1. Okay, we have 4 cards. I wasn't aiming for that many, but if the universe wants me to give the information to you, then I will for sure. So we have, first of all, blessed. So people definitely see you as someone that is very blessed in general. People see you as someone very lucky, someone that is able to achieve their goals and their dreams. Also have Unfinished Symphony. So I would say that based on that, some people feel like the story they have with you is not finished. So I think that for some of you, there are a few people out there. I don't think there are many people because I don't see a lot of references to that, but I think that there are people out there that feel like you either owe them an apology or that they owe you an apology, or that you ended off in not so good terms, or that you stopped talking and no one really knows why. So there are some unfinished businesses, let's say, with a few people, or at least a few people feel like there is an unfinished business with you. That doesn't mean that you feel that way. So again, this is about how other people see you. So this might be just the perspective of someone. I think that most of you know who I'm talking about in specifically in your situation. Some won't know, but I think that this is nothing for you to worry about. It's just for you to be aware that there are people that you crossed paths with that feel like they haven't finished businesses with you. That doesn't mean that they're going to reach out or that you should reach out. This is just an information for you to have on your side. Then you also have here and now. So people see you as someone that kind of lives in the moment. For you, this might not be the case. You might not see yourself as someone who lives in the moment, but other people, as they see you as someone bold and fearless and that takes risks, they also think that you really live the now. You don't really think too much about your past or too much about the future. You tend to live on the present moment. And yeah, I don't know if you are that person or not, but in general, that is a very good way to live. Because you are not worrying about your past and you're not worrying about your future too much. So if this is how people perceive you, but you're not like that, maybe you should consider being a bit more the kind of person that lives more and enjoys the present moment more, because that's the only thing you get. To be honest, you can't go back to your past. You have no idea what your future holds, but the present moment is something that you have 100% guaranteed. Then you also have all that glitters. People see you as someone fancy, someone who holds close to their money. I think that could be related to the tarot card that you had as well. I think that some people feel like, I mean, this could be related to these two cards right here. Some people feel like you try to almost put on a mask, like a happy face, but sometimes behind that mask you are suffering with something or a bit negative about something, and you just don't want to tell them because you don't feel comfortable, or you don't want to be vulnerable with them. So some people, maybe the closest people to you, they really see behind your mask. So even when you try, and I think this is something very good, even when you try to put on your happy face, I think that the people that love you the most and are the closest to you, they can see behind that mask. They can see behind all that glitter. They can see when you are not 100% being yourself, when you are not well. And I think that that is very good, because that means that those people will always be there to help you. And then, last but not least, let's go have a look to our Whispers of Love Tarot. I am expecting some interesting information from this deck. So people see group 1. I'm very, very curious. Okay, I have 2 cards right here. So you have like attracts like, and embrace your emotions. So like attracts like. If you long for more love, be more loving. I think people, or at least some people, see you as someone who needs a lot of reassurance, or who needs to feel the love from other people. But you are also someone who doesn't really share the love for other people, in the sense that it's not that you treat people badly. It's more like you don't want to show your vulnerability to other people. So you don't give too many hugs, or you don't say too many cute things. So you are maybe this kind of person who doesn't really like to feel vulnerable in front of others. That is why the fact that you put on a happy face and sometimes you are not that happy, I think that you really care about not giving people the sense that you are feeling down, because you don't want them to feel pity for you. So you also have embrace your emotions, allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. Well, I was saying this and I didn't even read this card. This is very interesting because this information keeps coming up and keeps being reinforced. The fact that you have a little bit of trouble, or many of you have a little bit of trouble embracing your emotions and allowing your feelings to show up to the surface and share those feelings with other people, because you either are afraid of how you're going to be perceived, or you're afraid to be too vulnerable. So I think this is also a very good advice from the universe, because maybe you were not aware that some people felt that way when they met you, or people that already know you for some time. So yeah, I think I'm going to end the reading right here. I really hope this was helpful to you in any way. I hope at least a few messages resonated. I know that this is about what other people think of you, but I think if this is correct, many things will resonate with you and you will feel that. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if something resonated and if you enjoyed the reading. Also, don't forget to, if you want, to give me a comment down below, letting me know what you thought of the reading, what you thought of your pile, and the information that you received. And yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you so much for being with me during this reading, and I will hope to see you on the next one. Bye. Hi, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. So this time I'm going to start with the tarot deck. This is the first card. Let's see what other information we can get. And yeah, let's see what people think about you. So you have the Moon card. I would say that people see you as someone very mysterious. This card, the Moon card, always makes me think about mystery, because the moon and the night is always a very mystical time of the day, and so I think people really see you as someone very, very mysterious, someone who has a lot of dreams, and you could also be someone that is connected to the divine in some kind of way, and that could be a very big aspect of your personality. For example, you could be a tarot reader, you could be someone who is really connected with Reiki practices, for example. So I think that some of you might be connected with this kind of things and to this mystical world, and others of you are just perceived as very mysterious people. So yeah, I think that, just like I said, for some of you that's how people perceive you, and for others it could just be that the fact that you're very much into this mystical world, that is such a big part of your personality that people really always think of you with that in mind. That could be also the case. But let's see what other information we can get. how people see group 2. Okay, we have 2 cards here. And I'm gonna take this one because it's the first one that fell. Group number 2. This has never happened to me before. But all 4 tarot cards of your reading are major arcana cards. So right off the bat, I can say that people see you as a very powerful person. And I think that this mysterious part of you that people see, I think it is related to that, to the fact that people see you as a very strong person. You are someone that really transmits a very powerful energy to other people, because also next to the moon you have the Fool card, which is all about taking risks, taking a leap of faith, being adventurous and enjoying to try new things. And that is something very powerful, very, and perceived as brave. So yeah, I would say that you are perceived as a very brave person. You also have Temperance and the Star. You have a few very mystical cards here. I think that you are a very mystical person, or at least that's how people perceive you, which is very interesting. This is such an interesting set of cards, group number 2. And I feel like you're either all very, very, very special and amazing people, or people perceive you as someone very, very mystical, even if you are not. Mystical and mysterious, both things. And with the Temperance card, I see that people also see you as a very balanced person, someone who is very connected with their spirit, with their mind, someone very intuitive, and also someone very calm, and that transmits a lot of calmness and harmony. Because the Star really represents all celestial energy. The moon is about mystical energy. So this is such, I'm being honest, I'm getting chills right now. I feel like such an interesting and intricate vibe from this reading, group number 2. And I feel like that's pretty much how people, or at least how some people perceive you and how people see you, as such a mysterious and mystical person. But this is on a positive note, because you have the Star right here and the Temperance. They see you as someone very calm, someone that transmits calmness. I wouldn't be surprised if you were like Pilates teachers or yoga teachers. I don't know, but some of you might be related to this kind of field, because you really transmit this calmness and hope and infinite trust. It's just an amazing feeling. So group number 2 so far, I am very intrigued by the kind of person that you are, because if this is how people perceive you, you are such interesting and amazing human beings. So I'm very curious to see what the rest of the decks will have to say. Now I'm going to use the Spirit Animal Oracle. This is an oracle that I've never used here on the channel, and I'm very curious to see which animal spirits people see you as. So let's see how people see group 2. Okay, we have a lot of cards here. We have 4 cards. You have the Snake Spirit. you have the Dragonfly Spirit. Put this here. You also have the Vulture Spirit. And the Grasshopper Spirit. Let me change these two because I put them in the wrong way, the wrong order. Yeah, there you go. So, starting here with the Snake Spirit. So the Snake Spirit is, it says time to heal. This card is about vulnerability. It's about repairing and renewing the person that you are. So I would say that people kind of see you as someone that can change their skin very often. So as you know, or as you may know, snakes change their skin. So I feel like people see you as someone who can recover from bad things very well, and they also see you as someone who can easily get vulnerable with them and show their vulnerability. And I think that makes you a very relatable person to other people. So yeah, I really think that people see you as someone that can also change the way they see things very easily. I think the snake also says that you can easily forgive yourself for your mistakes, or for something that you failed at. And I just think that this snake spirit that is coming up, it really shows that people see you as someone who has the gift also to heal other people. I think that your words and the way that you show your vulnerability to people, it really makes them feel comfortable to be vulnerable with you as well. And I think that is an amazing personality trait. And you also have Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusion. So people really also see you as a very truthful and trustworthy person. And you also have Vulture Spirit. Nothing is wasted. The Vulture Spirit shows that you are someone who sees value in everything and in everyone. You always try to see the positive side of things, and that is an amazing personality trait as well. And that's how people see you. People think that you are someone that, even when something looks that has no potential, you always try to see the good things, and you always try to see the positives out of a situation. You seem like a very positive person to people. I don't know if you are actually like that, but people really perceive you as someone very healing, with a lot of healing powers and a lot of power to help other people through their hardships. Then you also have the Grasshopper Spirit. Take a leap of faith. Wow, this is actually a confirmation that this is a characteristic that people really associate with you, because you have here the Fool card, which is all about taking a leap of faith, and then you have the Grasshopper Spirit that is also about taking a leap of faith. So I really think that people see you as someone who is not afraid to take risks, who is not afraid to show people their vulnerability and help people, whatever the issue is. So, I mean, so far, group number 2, this reading is very magical. Let's see what the other decks have to tell us. So what more information can we get about how people see group number 2? Okay, we have one card already. Okay, we have 2 cards right here. We have exchanging gifts and go the distance. So with this exchanging gifts card, I think that people see you as someone that is very giving. You really like to make other people happy and make other people feel good, either by giving them material gifts, let's say, or just helping them with something, just like I told you before. And I really feel like you are someone who likes to give to other people, no matter what it is. And that is something that people really associate with you. You also have go the distance right here, which is all about taking your time to do things and going far in your life. So far what I see in general, just to sum up everything so it doesn't get too confusing, because this is a very difficult reading to do. I have one more deck to go through, but I really want to sum up everything before that. So in general, I think what the universe wants you to know about how people see you is that they look at you as almost like a mystical being, like a magical being. They see you as someone very mysterious, but also someone very open to help them, someone who is very balanced, and that really transmits calmness and peace. They also see you as someone who likes to take risks and someone who sees the good in everything, and someone that has the power to help other people heal and to also change your skin very quickly. For some people, they might see this little part as a kind of negative trait, let's say, in the sense that they might see the part of changing your skin as fake, let's say, as like you are pretending to be happy and you were supposed to be sad because something happened to you. But I think that for most of you, and most of the times, that it's really not the case. The case is just that is your way of dealing with a situation, is looking at the positives and what you can take from that situation. But sometimes for people, that is perceived as fakeness. That doesn't mean that you're fake, not at all, but it's just that for people who don't know you that well, and are not used to that kind of behavior, they might feel like it is fake, but once they get to know you, they will realize that you are actually that way. But yeah, I think that the way people see you is a very, very positive one. I don't know if you are actually like this or not, or if you at least have some traits of this personality, but yeah, I hope you could take some good information from here. And before we end the reading, I am going to pick up the Whispers of Love Oracle deck to see what more information we can get. About group 2. Okay, we have 2 cards right here. Okay, this one is upside down. So we have do something for someone, give your attention to another. Again, I think this is a reinforcement of that idea that people have of you, that you are someone that really likes to help other people through their problems, someone who really gives their full attention to other people when they're talking to you. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are also psychologists or life coaches or someone who really deals with helping people. So I think people really see you as someone that they can trust to tell their problems, and that you are going to help them and not judge them. You also have get to know each other, learn to meet another's need for love. So again, you have, people think that you have, and they feel that you have the capability of seeing when other people's are not feeling okay, are not feeling at their best, and that they need that love. It doesn't mean that you can always express that love, but people see you as someone who really makes an effort to get to know them, and that is a very, very positive and good thing. And yeah, group number 2, I'm going to end the reading right here. This reading was a little bit shorter, I think, because the messages were so clear that I think that there's not much more to say. I think I've summed it up for you quite well. I hope that it was helpful for you. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed the reading, and if something resonated. I would be really happy to get your support. Also, leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought of your pile, what you thought of the messages, if you are actually like this, or if you're just surprised that some people see you in this way. And yeah, I guess I will end the reading right now. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye. Hi, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. This reading, as you know, is going to be about how people see you and how they perceive you, what they think of you, and I think that is always very interesting information to get, because you can also work with that. And yeah, today I decided to start with my tarot deck. So let's see what the first card is. 9 of Cups. Okay, this is a very, very good card, group number 3. This is a card about success. So I would say that people in general see you as a very successful person, someone that has achieved a lot in life, and also someone who has a lot of dreams that they still want to achieve. So yeah, I think that this message, this first message from the universe is very clear, because I really feel like people in general see you as a very successful person, someone who really tries to be successful in everything that they do, someone who is really about and worried about making a good impression on what they do, especially in their work. But also for many of you, you like to be successful in whatever regards your emotions. So you like to be successful in the relationships with others. So, and people see you as someone who is actually successful in mostly all fields, which is something very good. And I really hope that this is not just the way people perceive you. I hope this is really what the reality is, because that would mean that you have you are living very good lives, or at least you're going through a very good moment in your lives, group number 3. Let's see what else the tarot deck has to tell us about how people see you, group number 3. Okay. Let's see, group number 3. Okay, so we have a bit more cards than what I was expecting, but that's okay. Let's see if we can fit all of them here. This is a bit shiny now because of the lighting, but I guess we can handle that. So we have the 6 of Cups, the Strength card, the Four of Cups, and the Five of Swords. Alright, so regarding the Six of Cups right here, I feel like there are a lot of people from your past that you don't get along anymore, that really keep you very close to their heart, or even if they don't think about you often, if someone mentions you to them, they always are going to say good things about you. So I really think that you are someone who leaves a good impression on people in general, not just the people that deal with you on a daily basis, or the people closest to you, but also to the people that you don't cross paths with very often. They always have a good idea of you and always share that with other people. I think that you have a lot of people that care about you, even though sometimes you don't realize it. Right in the middle, in the center of your reading, you have the Strength card. And that is the only major arcana card that you have here on your reading. So I feel like that is a very strong message that the universe is trying to pass on, which is that most people perceive you as someone very strong, or at least someone that can face their problems, someone who can overcome issues that come into their way, and someone who can really tame the lions, let's say, someone who can soften up even the hardest people and the most difficult people. So these are all very good characteristics to have, and I am seeing that most people see you that way. Then you also have the Four of Cups right here, which is a more, it's not negative, but a more tricky card, in the sense that some people see you as someone who always wants more, which kind of makes sense with the Nine of Cups. So people see you as someone who is never satisfied with what they have and that always wants more. This is a good thing in a sense. It means that you are very determined and that you really want big things for yourself in your life. But some people don't take that very well because they're either not as ambitious and that personality trait just doesn't go well with theirs, or maybe because they're just they envy you in some kind of way because you are not happy to settle with just enough. You want more. And I think that some people kind of see you that way. They see you as someone who always wants to have more and is never happy with what they have. They always think that you want to have more. And again, I don't think that that's something bad, but it's just how people see you. Doesn't mean that all people see you that way, but at least some people see you that way. And you also have the Five of Swords, which I think is also related to this Four of Cups. It's about the fact that people see that you win very often, that good things happen to you very often. For you, this might mean that, okay, good things happen for me, but that's because I make an effort for them to happen to me. I work for it. But other people may not know about all the work that you did, all the sacrifices that you made. And they might think that you are just too good to be true, in that sense. So many people might feel, what's the word? Some people might feel that they are less than you. They might feel little when they are next to you, in the sense that they don't feel as good. They don't feel like they are, or that they can be as good as you are or have as much as you have. So it might, for some of you, this could be that it's not that you share your success a lot, but that sometimes when you say something that you are successful at, or you share something that you achieved that is very good, even though you are not doing it to brag, some people might take it as bragging. Some people might take it as you wanting to show off. It's not showing off, but I mean, I'm only giving you the information that the universe is giving me. So I think that it's good for you to have that information, so you keep in mind that for some people, they might not take as well your success, but that's their problem. It's not your problem. So you just do with this information whatever you want to, and just keep in mind that just because people don't accept your success, or don't feel well with your success, or they stop getting along with you because they envy your success, that is not your problem. That's their problem. And you shouldn't worry too much about that, because those are people who their personality and their goals and objectives for life don't align with yours. So I'm going to grab now the Spirit Animal Oracle. I've never used this deck here on the channel. So let's see what's animal spirit people associate you with. So what people think about group 3. We have 2 cards already. Let's see if we can get another one. People think about group 3. Okay, we have 3 cards. We have the Dove Spirit, the Koi Fish Spirit, and the Badger Spirit. Alright, so I am already seeing 1 card in common. I think it was group number 2. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sorry if I am not saying this correctly. But there was one of the 2 groups that had this Badger Spirit, which is all about being fearless and bold. So people see you as being a fearless and bold person. So again, this is what I usually do when a card or 2 cards are similar between the 1 or 2 groups. And I usually say that if you feel like the whole reading until the end has not had a lot of information that resonated with you, then maybe this could be a sign that there is other group that is going to resonate also with you, and maybe you can combine both informations that resonate to you from both groups and get a better idea. I am so sorry that I can't remember which group it was, but I will make sure to write it down right here during the editing of the video. But yeah, don't forget to, if you feel that way, to check that other pile to make sure that you don't miss on any information. So besides that, besides we already knowing that people perceive you as someone fearless and bold and that is not afraid to take risks, you are also perceived as a very peaceful person. And I think that is related with this 6 of Cups right here and the Strength card as well, because although some people might be kind of scared of you because of your success, I think that, I mean, success always tends to push some people away, and that is not a bad thing. It's just what it is. There is not much you can do about it. But I also think that there are a lot of people that met you that really feel like you're a very peaceful person. You're a person that doesn't look for conflict. You're actually a person that avoids conflict at all costs. And that is something that people really appreciate in yourself. So the koi fish says there is always enough. This is all about potential and prosperity. It's about the law of abundance and attraction. So I would say that people, and this, I mean, it kind of underlines what we already discussed here, which is that people see you as someone who has a lot of potential for success, just like we saw here, and someone that, regardless of the conditions that surround them, you are almost like a magnet for opportunities and abundance. But I mean, group number 3, that is because you work for those, so you should never feel bad for that, because I also can see that there are some people in your life, some people that met you or that are going to meet you in the future, that really see this in yourself, but see it as a very positive thing. They see that doesn't matter in which situation you are, you always have that potential to thrive because you work hard for it. People do not underestimate you, and they trust you. They trust your potential, and they trust your ability to do things. Now let's see what else we can find out about how people think about you, group number 3. How people think about number 3. Okay, we have 2 cards. We have time to go and mending. So this card right here, time to go, it gives me the feeling that some people have left your life due to your success. I already had that feeling before, but now I think I am sure of that. This might be a message that is not meant for all of you, but I feel like some of you may have lost some people in your life due to your success and your happiness. People that were just not happy that they were not being as successful as you are, and they just didn't feel like they were at your level, and they left you because of that. That could have been a romantic relationship, could have been a friend, family members even, and maybe for some of you that relationship ended and you didn't really realize that this was one of the reasons, because the people who turn their backs on us because of this kind of situations, they are too proud to admit it. So I think that this could be a very good information for you to have on your side, because you might have been blaming yourself or trying to find out why that person left or why that person didn't feel good around you, and maybe this was the reason for some of you. So I see here that I think this is a very specific message for some of you, but again, if someone left your life and this was the reason, they weren't doing nothing there. They weren't doing anything there in the first place. So you shouldn't feel bad about it. Then you also have mending. So I see here that people see you as someone who is not afraid to apologize, someone who is not afraid to stand up for their mistakes and try to make things right. And I think that is really one of the reasons why people really appreciate you. Then lastly, let's see what the Whispers of Love Oracle has to say. I'm sorry that I'm rushing a little bit, but I like to work with natural light, and unfortunately it's very cloudy today and the sun started to go down a bit earlier, or it didn't start a bit earlier, but the clouds are really covering it, so as it goes down it's covered a little bit earlier than expected, so I'm really sorry about that, but I think you have a lot of information already. I tried not to jeopardize the reading because of that, and I hope I didn't. I don't think I did, to be honest, but it's just to let you know that this is the reason why I'm trying to rush things a little bit more now. But let's find out what else people think of you. Group number 3. Okay. So you have like attracts like. If you long for more love, be more loving and express love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. So I feel like there was, let me think. There was another pile that also had this card. Again, in the editing of the video, I will put here the group that has this information. Let's see if it's the same group as the Badger Spirit. But yeah, moving on. Like attracts like. If you long for more love, be more loving. I think that you are the kind of person, just like I said in the other group, that really needs to feel loved and needs that people show them that they love them and that they appreciate them. But I think sometimes you are also the person that forgets to do that for other people. It's not that you don't do that for anyone, but sometimes you forget to do that for some people. It's not because you're mean or that you don't like them, but it's just because you don't realize that you should do it. And I think some people feel like you could be more vulnerable in that sense, let's say. Then you also have expressed love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. So I see here that people perceive you as a person who is not afraid to give gifts. These could be physical gifts, or these could be other things that make people feel good about themselves. For example, talking to them and spending time with them. That is also a gift, and I think that people really appreciate that about you, is that you take your time and sometimes your money to make them happy or to try to make them happy. And yeah, just to sum up a little bit before I wrap it up, I think people in general see you as a very successful person, a very peaceful person that avoids conflict, a very strong person, very bold and fearless person, that has a lot of potential. They also see you as someone who is able to apologize and make it up for their mistakes. But there's also, as in all situations of successful people or people that are very good at something, some people are going to turn their backs on you, or some people are not going to behave as good with you as you expected, and sometimes you don't really see why, and sometimes it is because they don't feel well with your success. And yeah, that is a pity, but it happens. And yeah, I think I'm gonna end the reading right now. I really hope you liked the video, and I hope it was interesting for you. I hope you could take some information that resonated. And yeah, don't also forget to leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought of your pile, of all the information you got, and even some suggestions for the channel, for some videos that you would like to see here. That would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, thank you so much for being here with me today, and I hope to see you on the next one.